Speaking of the coast, we're 5 from beach, you and me. That sunset cliffs by the sea in the night. Hello, everybody. That I can't recall. The God I saw. Call me too. Might as well have stayed in the room. No matter what we do. Good morning. Can you see me and hear me? I'm a little early because I can't stay too long. I have an appointment at 12. So I have an hour and 15 minutes. All right, let's jump right in. The yes-no deck I'm going to be using a lot is the Verdict Vault. I know people are probably going to ask me. It's on the Stand store for pre-order now. Okay, let's begin. Do you think my new medicine will be effective? I feel like there's going to be some dosing changes needed, but I do think that in the end it's going to help. I think there's like a trial and error period with it, but then there's a success that comes from that. Any messages? I got a new version of that same deck and it's like not curved and my brain can't wrap itself around why it's not feeling the same. Anyway. It's like there's a need to empty, like empty out. Maybe you need a good cry. Maybe you need to release through writing. It's like emptying out allows space for something to come in that wants to come in. But there needs to be a grip on resistance or a release of grip on resistance. And the song just said victory is here. Hold on, I have to cough. Okay. Message for Shadow. Let's see. Whatever change you were previously resisting that you stopped resisting within the last few weeks, you're about to get some kind of like where you felt like you were going with the flow. You're about to get some kind of excitement, like something to look forward to as a result from that. Anything from my late husband? Today is his birthday. Number 2. Plan A, Plan B. Number 2, Plan B. I feel like he's trying to make light of something. Like maybe you need a little bit of a laugh today, or maybe he was a jokester. He's like, it wasn't my first plan to be here, but it's not so bad. My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. I feel like it's a message of being proud of you for allowing yourself to experience life again. I know you wish things had happened differently, but everything unfolded the way it was meant to. I want to say the message is you didn't let him down. Like, I feel like maybe you think you let him down in some way, and that's not the case. Or he could be saying, I'm sorry for letting you down. It could be a mix of both. Will we buy a home by fall 2026? I want to say that timeline should be a little bit more fluid. I think that you are going to make a decision here, but I feel like there's some kind of like document we almost sign that we end up not signing that comes before the finality. And I feel like you're a little bit stressed by the end of it, but I think that maybe add about like a 6-month time frame to that. Any messages from Jeremy? Number 5. If you only knew how much love connects us still. I feel like he's acknowledging that he's been the one behind some kind of sign you've been receiving. Like if you look at the sign you've been receiving or the recurring message you've been receiving as if it's from him, it'll make more sense. Stand by Me by Ben E. King. Why is my mouse? There we go. And my mouse like jumped to the other computer screen. What would that mean? Mouse jumping to the other screen. Maybe encouraging you to switch focus on something as well. Maybe the sign you've been receiving is to switch focus on something. Is a session with the L going to assist me to get my spark back? I mean, I think yes and no. It will help you get your spark back, but that's because you're going to see where you have been blocking it from some kind of limiting belief. So it's not giving you your spark back. You're giving you your spark back through something that holds a mirror up for. So I guess I'm saying it doesn't have to be that gives your spark back, but that could be the thing. Message and token. Hold on. I want that to ding on the can. There we go. Shooting star, number 82. Because you didn't have to have the last word on something in the past, you're about to have some kind of celebration. I want to word it as you took the high road in something and you're about to get a wish fulfillment because of that choice. What is my spiritual gift? What is my spiritual gift? You're able to see where, like, identify what people can use from what they went through in order for a new beginning. Like, okay, you went through heartbreak, but you learned resilience. It's like you're able to help them recognize that. So your spiritual gift would then come through feeling, like clear feeling. Like you get feelings that associate with a clear knowing about other people. And it feels like what your interest is that like opens the door into it is some kind of injustice. Like I see a wrong and then I look for the right, like that kind of thing. This one. It's crazy. Look how much I used this other one too. Like look at the color of that old one and the color of the new one. That's crazy. My car has just failed. Should I get it fixed or look for a new car? Fixed. New car. I feel like you're not all the way ready to purchase the new car. If there's some kind of fix that's not going to... I feel like if you look at it as if you're going to need a new car sooner rather than later, and then judge that if it should be now or in a little while based off of that expense. Like if it's going to be very expensive to fix it, I would say figure out a way to just kind of maybe stretch the budget a little bit to get the car now. Ideally, I feel like it'd be better to save. But if saving is just going to cost you more money to fix the car, then I would just go for the car, the new car. Will the rift with my sister be the end of our relationship? Not necessarily the end of it, but it's the end of it until she doesn't feel like indebted. Like she still feels like you need to come to her to make it right. So there's not going to be any back and forth. That's what's causing any lack of any progress. Every path is blocked because there's that debt in her mind. So I feel like it's not necessarily the end, but it's the end until she stops looking at it that way. Will I have safe travels back home today? Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker just started playing. I thought I had that plugged in. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this one on instead. Oh. Nope. All right. Good enough. Will you have safe travels? Safe travels, yes. You may have some delay, slower movement because of some kind of unseen delay, but safe, yes. Message from my guides. There's a need to go back to the drawing board on something that didn't work. It's not that the thing wasn't supposed to work. I almost feel like it's a change in routine or something, or a change in focus, or maybe some kind of idea. It's not that that wasn't right. It's that the approach wasn't. Message and song from my spirit guides. Halo by Beyonce. The only way out is through. Your emotions are trying to show you something right now. You're emotionally, what keeps emotionally triggering you or emotionally stirring the pot is going to persist until you face it. Halo is like, once you face it, you rise. Digging up the root of a past wound seems significant. I had a dream last night that I ate something and then realized there were frogs in it. I spit it out and they were baby frogs. I almost got it all out but struggled. What does that mean? Princess and the Frog is when she kisses the frog and he turns into a prince. I feel like the dream is symbolic of you feeling like what you want isn't going to manifest. Seven of Wands in reverse. It's like a manifestation of feeling like you're not doing enough. It's like clearing, like that's clearing, because it's like, look at all of these opportunities as opposed to just the one frog. That's how my brain's connecting that. Message and a song. Give Me a Reason by Jillian Rossi. To stitch me up and help bring us back to life. Patient communication is going to be the key to whatever speed bump occurs in terms of a connection with another person. Approaching it from their understanding of the situation, maybe a step behind yours, seems important. Yeah, I feel like he's trying to come through as funny. Let's get one more. The love I left behind is still woven into the memories we made together. He's like, you know I'm funny. You know I'm funny. Message from my guides. There's a need to identify what bumper cars of thoughts are like colliding in your brain. It's something feels overwhelming, but there's a need to kind of data point it, like make a list of all the things that are unsolved right now and identify which ones are most important to think about first, because when you're thinking about all of them, it seems like there's an overwhelm that's allowing for like a consistent lack of being able to sift through it. Will gate one be coming back into my life? Are we meant to be together? Be coming back in. I feel like you've outgrown this person. This is like this person had the opportunity to take a path with you and evolve, or to go back in a loop through a past cycle. And it feels like you had the opportunity to choose yourself or this person, and you chose to go on your path and evolve, and they didn't choose the same. So you're not on the same timeline right now. Are we meant to be together? If the world was ending is the song playing by JP Sachs. If the world was ending, you'd come over, right? I feel like if anyone was going to be able to make this person be ready, it would have been you, but they're not ready. Yeah, there's a delay on their emotional availability. I feel like you're on different timelines. Message from guides with token. 8 ball with number 88, 888. And it was just the 999 portal. So something about the last month. You're about to see clearly why there was some kind of delay over the last month. There's about to be progress where there was previously delay, specifically since like the end of August. Where's my mouse? Focus on nervous system regulation content for business. Yes, but I feel like the plan in which you currently have to do that maybe needs to be looked at. Like right direction, right picture, wrong box of crowns to color it in, if that makes sense. Anything good coming up? Feeling a little down in a world full of chaos. I hear that. I know it sounds corny, but it's like now more than ever, be the change you wish to see. You can really see the ripple effect that that can have. So when it's the darkest, that's when even the smallest light is the most bright. So I guess I would say utilize that. Turn up your light as bright as possible, and you'll see the ripple effect that will have. That will be the good that you'll then see. When you can't find the good, you have to be the good. That would be my message. As corny as that sounds, be the good you wish to see, because when it's the darkest is when the smallest light is the brightest. There's a 22-year-old suspect in custody in the case of Charlie Kirk. Was there a group involved in this crime, or was this suspect a lone wolf? Group. A group, and we know that because they've been setting up for it since payoff money in reverse. Since they really started pushing digital currency. Because all it is a blanket of control and then trying to pull the strings tighter, allegedly. Will the new job offer be a step forward or back? A step forward, but not the ultimate step. you're getting experience that's needed, but you're not at like where you're going to end up, but it's a step in that direction. I had several out of body experiences between 5 and 7 years old, but they scared me. How do I experience those again, and are they safe? Three of Wands reverse, Page of Swords is like presence through meditation, presence through stillness of the mind. I guess I would say when you open the intention and just start practicing towards that, start allowing your mind to shut in that way and allow your higher self to give you what you're ready for. You know that when it doesn't feel safe that you can shut it down. You've shown that to yourself. Now you just need to trust yourself to open it back up as your higher self feels like you're ready for it. Yeah. Death. Death would be the higher self version of you that is looking at it as what have you made space to handle, and then your higher self will give you that. Message from guides this week. Message from guides this week. It's kind of giving hurry up and wait. Like make a decision and then plan and strategize. Don't just jump right into it. There's a seed that you'll be able to nurture into something bigger if you don't rush through it. Does Sandy have any message for me? Does she know how much I tried? I know how clarity in your pure intentions, even though it might not have worked out the way that you intended it to. So yes. I'd say yes. I wish I could tell you that I still whisper to you in moments of doubt. Yeah, she's like, don't, she's like, I've sent you signs of this. Don't doubt them. You know it's from me now. I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack is the song. And the event is family reunion. How is Elroy, 17-and-a-half-year-old dog, feeling? Is he ready to go? Take Your Time by Sam Hunt just started playing. I would say he still has a little bit of fight left in him. But I also don't feel like it's this energy of I need to hold on for a certain amount of time. I feel like this is more of like when you're ready. Like less about him, more about you. I kind of want to say like it's like it feels like a slow drain. Like it's not like the cup feels to be getting refilled of energy, but I feel like it's more for when you're ready. Like it's more about you. How will the interview I have on Monday go? Is it the job for me? I feel like if you view this interview as like a good practice interview, like go into it with no expectations, I feel like it'll be good experience for you either way. So I feel like that is an important part of why this is happening. I just don't think that this is necessarily what you're going to end up doing. What was in my bedroom last night? Was it Paw Paw or something negative? I kept seeing it on my peripheral and in the mirror. Kind of giving like a watchful presence in the shadows, not here to really give a message, just here to watch over you. And this is like the child energy, so I would say Paw. Winter holds a message for you. Watch for signs in the way the world slows and in the feeling that something is shifting. I feel like something may have kind of hit you a little bit harder the last couple days, like in something that's happening in the world, which I'm sure it did for a lot of people. But this is like Paul being like, I'm here more, I'm here all the time. If I could turn back time by Cher. I'm afraid of success and failure, but it doesn't come out in the wound deck. Yes. Why would it not? Why do those cards not come out for you when you pull? Because you already know that part. You're getting how to unpack it further, or what other wounds are connected to it, because the fear of that had buried itself and disguised itself as other stuff for so long that now that you know it's there, it's like, okay, but how does it show up? And what can we let go of based off of how it shows up? Was the Charlie Kirk unaliving plan? Is the number 7 involved? A hit list of 7 people and he was the first. Was it? Communicate it to delay justice by putting a cloud of confusion over it. 5 of Swords. Yes. Yes. I would say so. Spiritual message. Someone to You by Banners is coming through. I think that is your late husband, though, saying hi. That feels like that's what that is. Anyway, because I couldn't not say something about it. Turning the volume up on an idea that you had that it's time to nurture the seed of. What is my spiritual gifts and how does Spirit want me to move forward using them? It feels like kind of creating a way that Spirit can communicate to you through music feels to be important. Like, it feels like this is already happening, but doing it intentionally so that it's almost developing like a Morse code between you and your spirit team, but using music. Something that the song said made me go in that direction in my brain, and I can't remember what the song said now. But I feel like kind of testing the way that Spirit communicates with you through using music, but doing it intentionally and consistently. Let me go over here. Will I get paid clients this month for Coaching Pro? I feel like there's a need to change something in terms of the approach. Shifting to more about talking, showing the skill set as opposed to the program. Switch. Put this is what I do through showing it, and then the advertise at the end. I feel like that will be the change that will help bring that in. Message for the weekend and a token. A movie clapper. That's what that's called, right? A clapper. I'm interested if that's actually called a clapper or if that's Dave clapping. I think it's called a clapper, though, but I don't think I knew that it was called that. Anyway, allow your emotions to guide you without proof. Like, if you just feel uneasy, if you just feel drained, don't wait to figure out why. Just be like, I feel this way. Let me go do what I need to do about it. Without explanation, without excuse, any of that. King of Pentacles reverse. It's almost like view it as if Dave had the controller and he was like, okay, you're done with this conversation now, or okay, it's time for you to rest now. Make the decisions that you feel like he would make over the weekend, and it's going to get you through some kind of obstacle. That I was just about to relate to that thing on Survivor where they have the one person up in the tower that's leading the other one through the blindfolded maze, and there's a card on the floor. Stand by Rascal Flatts. The love I left behind is still wrapped around you every single day. And it's the Queen of Cups. He's using your emotions to help guide you through the maze or the obstacle course of some kind of challenge that you don't need the weight of. And Dandelions by Ruth B is playing. What changes can I make to my Etsy shop to have more traffic? They have been changing algorithm lately, I've noticed. I noticed that too. Can you draw people in with some kind of very cheap offer or some kind of, I don't think you can list free on there. Maybe some kind of digital download. It's like needing to get people's foot in the door and then offer Page of Cups an opportunity to mature that offer. So here's this very cheap thing, and then if you couple it with this other thing, you get a discount, like that kind of thing. Foot in the door. Will my son and Dill have a girl next? Not always prone to getting gender, but let's see what we can get. Healthy baby, which you're saying next. So it feels like whichever parent the first baby looked like, this baby looks more like the other. Healthy baby. I'm not getting gender though. And I'm also getting maybe a couple days late. What's the recommended approach for sharing nervous system regulated content? Also thinking about trying character convo video formats. Give them a strategy they wouldn't think about on their own, or a strategy that's easily implemented in a moment of crisis that they don't get anywhere else. Use that as a hook. Character video. Maybe that is about the character video format, like framing real life situations in a way that they wouldn't have thought of and using that as a hook, and then coupling that with some kind of unique technique that you create and then giving it some kind of catchy name. Should I leave my career to homeschool my son next year? I leave my career to homeschool my son. I feel like it's going to cause a stress, but it's kind of giving damned if you do, damned if you don't. It feels like which stress is more stressful, you continuing to be like, I really don't want him in this situation, or maybe a little financial stress or whatever the other option is. It's kind of that quote that's like, pick your hard. Do I feel like the stress of being home with him, the stress of him not being home with you, I feel like is heavier than the whatever other stresses. So I feel like 60-40, both are hard, but I feel like you're probably less stressed if you homeschool, if that makes sense. Will Turtle Boy's show tonight at the Wilbur Theater in Boston be a success? Yes, but would something be cut short somehow? Or maybe he doesn't get to finish a speech or something, or maybe he just wants to say more than he's able to. Maybe it's that. It feels like it goes well, but there's also this feeling of something getting cut short somehow. Message from Marcel to Ryan. Is Marcel doing okay? Is Marcel doing okay? Things are improving from a chaotic and confusing state. So, yeah, there's healing, there's resolution, there's relief from battle and confusion. Why did I and H seemingly avoid me, or did they? Yes, they did. Trying to wait out something? Trying to wait you out? If we pull away, how will you react? Will it prove something right or wrong about you based on your reaction to something? Message from my guides. You passed the test. Whatever chakra center, you've been getting a consistent, like, why does this keep happening type of test in. You completed the last one of it. Not that you won't be tested, but like the repeating test is done repeating. Message from my dad to John, to my mom, Rosemary. John to Rosemary. I lived by One Republic, and it's someone working on a house. Number 2, and it went up on the ledge of my camera. It's like he's noting that he had a good view of something. Like, I'm proud of you. I had a good view of that. I saw that. I was there for that type of thing. You will always have a part of me in the traditions we shared. Okay, so maybe it's like a time that, like, something they used to do together that she recently did. Something like that. And he's like, I was there for that. I saw that. I'm proud of you. Some kind of new beginning, some kind of victory. He said what he said. I'm proud of you. You built that by yourself. And Save You a Seat by Alex Warren is on the bottom. What advice does my father want me to be aware of today? Releasing temporary discomfort around anxiety. Don't water the seed of a worst case scenario. That's the advice. Don't water the seed of a worst case scenario. Because all you're doing is growing anxiety within yourself until you actually know what the answer or something is going to be. Waiting on the world to change. Waiting on my dice to run away. Number 6. If you could feel what I feel now, you'd know there was never anything to fear. Oh. Yeah. And 10 of Cups is the family card. He was all over that answer. He's like, give me the mic. Been waiting all morning. Is there any guidance concerning changes regarding my hair? Is it meds, heredity? Why can't I think of how to say that word right now? Something else I need to do. Hereditary. Well, there's a solution for it. Could it be some kind of nutritional factor lacking? King of Swords in reverse. It's like your hair is missing one of the data points it needs to continue the growth that it needs, which makes me feel like nutritional deficiency or hormonal something. It feels like something that's solvable, though, because Five of Wands is reversed. Message from my guides. Clarity on patience. It feels like you're getting tired being patient for something, but it's like right around the corner. It's just a little bit more patience. Just don't self-destruct while you're waiting for it. Don't allow yourself to get into a space of hopelessness just because you can't see the when yet. Who was Anne to me in a past life, and what is the energetic contract between us in this life? And the happy birthday card is on the bottom, drawing my attention. With My Wish by Rascal Flatts. A wish to reconnect, to right a wrong, to right a past wrong. It's kind of giving the world ripped the two of you apart, but there was unfinished business, and you're here to finish it. Or you're finding one another to finish it. It doesn't feel like that's your whole purpose, is what I'm saying, but it's why the two of you reconnected. I have a surgery scheduled for November 20th. Is this a good day to have surgery? Will it be successful? I feel like there's no need to wait. Like, yes, it's coming at a good time. Yes, it's going to be successful. And it's time for you to fix this. It's time for you to play offense. No more waiting around is how it's feeling. I definitely feel that you're hesitant because there's some kind of fear attached to the recovery process, but I feel like it's going to go fine. Will Koberger's knife ever be found? I have an opinion about where I think it is, but let's not. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it benefits someone for that not to be found. Besides just Brian. Okay. Do I need to make emptying my second storage unit a priority for financial and mental baggage reasons? Is it storage? It's storage for business and personal items. Do I need to make emptying it a priority? I feel like it should be a thing that you work toward. Like the priority should be, I'm making it a priority to do a little bit each week or a little bit each whenever time frame. I don't think it's a priority as in it needs to happen overnight, but I think it needs to be a priority as in it's on my schedule to take little by little. Yeah, I had to make up to you guys for, I think it was last week I missed. But I'm making up the rest of it next week because I have to get off a little early today. My partner's thoughts, for me or against me? Partner's energy towards you. It's almost like they're thinking the same about you. It's like they're trying to figure out, am I confused or is this balanced? But what is their intentions before their confusion? I feel like they're for you, but it's almost like they're trying to figure out if either you're for them or if you're for you or if there's something up. It's like there's confusion, which I feel like is kind of misplaced, if I'm going to be honest. Like their confusion misplaced. Guidance on what I should do to help Alyssa. What you should do to help Alyssa. holding a safe space and just continuously holding it without forcing Alyssa to walk into the space, and also maybe creating some kind of practical, like putting yourself in a position where you're like, look, this is how I handle this stressful situation, without being like, look, this is how I handle this. Like almost curating a way to lead by example that's obvious but not direct, if that makes sense. Like, look, I'm going through this, and it's not, but like it doesn't, not putting on an act, but making it intentionally unobvious, if that makes sense. Clarification of what the bottom belief for my fear of success failure is, and what the Pleiadians assist me in addressing this with purpose. That if you try and you fail and you let yourself down, that you'll never be able to get over it, because it'll validate a belief that someone else made you feel unworthy because you let them down. You don't want to re-perpetuate that. Is re-perpetuate a word? You don't want to redo that. That's your fear. It's feeling like you let yourself down for the final time and don't have a rebound to try again. And you don't ever know when that last time is going to be. And right now you feel like you haven't let yourself down in this moment. You feel like you've made yourself proud from where you used to be. So you feel like if you try again and you fail, that you don't know if you'll get another chance to build it up to making yourself proud again. So there's this hesitation to move forward. Message from my guides with a song. I almost dropped the whole deck. So this song isn't the song, but the cover feels significant. I don't feel like taking this off. The little labels feel significant for some reason. At My Best by MGK. You're judging yourself too harshly for something you feel like you didn't choose correctly. There's a need to give yourself grace about where you're at right now based on something that you feel like you did wrong. It wasn't. You didn't make the wrong choice. You made the right choice to get you to where you needed to be to make a different choice. Message around family. Either no or minimal interaction still. Practicing acceptance instead of living in potential or thinking, what else can I do? It's like you got to the point where spirit was like, okay, you need to change your approach. Codependency on change. You need to change your approach because you were seeing that it was not in your hands anymore. You're walking into the unknown. The message is you're approaching a situation how you've never approached it before, or like to the extent that you've never dived in to approach it before. You being okay right now is proof that you're trusting the unknown, and that is the completion of that lesson. Will you trust stepping into the unknown? And the fact that you're not falling apart right now as you step into the unknown is proof that your higher self got you to where you needed to be on that lesson. Am I facing any spiritual obstacles at the moment? Taking back your power over change, not resisting change so that you can heal. Spiritual obstacle. What changes are you still resisting because you're resisting the emotions that would come to the surface if you made the change? Will my husband's cancer treatments be okay? The song just said, this song's for anybody that fought their way through. I feel like there's going to be some kind of, this isn't working, so we have to try this instead. And it feels like then there is a success, but it feels like there's some kind of, okay, this isn't working, we have to pivot strategies that happens first. But then there's a victory. Thank you. Where's that deck? Let's pull. What should your focus be right now as you look through the books? Like what's your spirit team having you work on? Vision, your vision. Neptune energy, which I don't really know what that means, but vision. A Drop in the Ocean by Ron Pope just started playing as well. What mom's experience has been like on the other side. Oh, A Drop in the Ocean by Ron Pope. And the album cover is daylight, and he's sitting in a field of grass with some flowers. He looks kind of stressed out, but I don't think your mom is. I feel like your mom is just saying she's sitting in the field of flowers and feeling like a drop in the ocean, like feeling like she's returned to like the ocean of consciousness. I feel like your mom is saying that you would know what she means by that. Grief is not what you would expect. Grief is the pathway to alignment. Save you a seat. She's like, thank you. I can take my seat now. Best friends. Our connection is strongest when you trust that I'm listening, because she's a drop in the ocean of cosmic consciousness. Back in the one law of oneness. I almost wanted to say onelessness. How will the L collective help me? How will the L collective help me? You'll have a honest reflection or an honest mirror held up to show where you've emotionally mastered some kind of change. Thank you. Let's pull one of these for you. What focus are you in right now as it pertains to your spiritual journey? Home, fourth house of home. I feel like you're finding a way to make your routine serve you instead of you serving your routine. Did DJT or his allies have anything to do with the unaliving of Charlie Kirk? Mainly Epstein files, he wanted to be shown. Allegedly, my opinion. I think if we look at it from that lens, we're not thinking big enough. I think it's a much bigger scaled operation that question doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of. That's how I want to word that. Allegedly, of course. I'm going to close the super chats because I do have to get off soon. 1 second. Yeah, that worked. Was my father correct, or is Cynthia correct about crossing over? Father, Cynthia. I want to say when it comes to your father, there was some things that were correct and some things that were missing or not fully articulated in the way that it actually is. But there was some truth to some things, especially in terms of like reunion. Cynthia, It feels like there was some foundational elements lacking, but there was also some thoughts that could connect to truth. So kind of both, but also kind of not. And the song just said, you won't judge, you're just listening. So it's like you can find truth in what they said if you follow the strings and figure out the deeper truth of the truth. I don't know if I worded that right. Is my intuitive belief still my strongest spiritual gift? What do I need to work on to enhance my skill? Yes, to enhance it, just keep track of it. Look at how it's showing up for you because it's there. It's just there's this air of confusion behind your mind. So it's like you'll get it, you'll trust it, and then you'll be like, was it really that significant? It's like the afterthought that's pulling you away from your confidence in it. So keeping track of it will help show you how strongly it actually is already showing up. I'm ready to walk away from this marriage. Would I be doing the right thing? If your higher self could answer this question, knowing what your higher self knows, what would your higher self say? It's like your higher self wanted me to finish saying that. Oh, interesting. I feel like you have been unraveling this yarn, this thread of yarn for a very long time, hoping that when you got to unwrapping the whole thing, that underneath it was going to say, no, you're wrong. Don't trust yourself. Trust what you're not being shown instead. But you unraveled the whole thing. And exactly as you thought, there's nothing there. And you know that you were right. So there's no proof in writing that you were right, but you were hoping to unravel this and have it say you're wrong. And you know you're not wrong. But that's the thing about faith. Sometimes it requires us to not go with something we're seeing, but just something we're knowing. So that's how I want to word that from your higher self. It's like, you know, the answer to this, you know that you're not going to be proven wrong over time. And it's 11:11 right now, as I said that. And Come and Go is the song. Any messages from my mom? Any messages from my mom? Oh, I have to go soon. I have to go in like 10 minutes. I never got to tell you how proud I am of who you've become. You've made it farther than you think because you've proven yourself that you can adapt and grow. I feel like the message is that you're being very hard on yourself right now. Yeah, you're not celebrating yourself. And I feel like it's causing you to be drained. It's like you're not stopping to realize how far you've come. You're just trying to create new goals and achieve them, which that's good, but it's not giving you a trampoline to bounce off of. And that trampoline is like knowing what it took to get here. Is there a romantic connection between E and I? Is E the same man who told me he was coming towards me romantically in my dream? There's one clear thing that this person has done or said that does not line up with the vision you had. And it feels like that's the test. Like, if you know one thing is definitely off, will you try to explain it away? It feels like that's happening before an actual manifestation comes in. I don't think that this is that person, no. Any messages for my daughter from her father? If she could see herself from his eyes, she would see how quickly she's growing and progressing, even when she feels like it's taking a long time. Who holds the missing piece? A friend has insight you wouldn't expect. I feel like there's a message to allow herself to enjoy the company of others without overthinking growth, because it's happening quicker than she realizes her growth. Who is the person that I need to protect myself the most from, physically, spiritually? People who single you out and ask you a lot of questions in like an opportunist style format. Like asking you questions to gauge your emotional response, and you get the vibe of like that person's an opportunist. They're using that. They're going to try to find a way to use that. It's like that's the key. Once your mind knows to look for that, you'll have a clear insight about who fits that role. Will Riley's delivery go okay, and will she cause issues? No, I feel like everything will go okay. I kind of read this as taking better direction in the moment that I'm expected to. Like maybe this person's not expected to follow the directions correctly and they end up doing that. It's kind of giving that vibe. Christine, it's funny. I'm coming across this comment right as Holy by Ali Farbin is playing. It's like a remix of the song. He's like a remix of the Survivor game. All right, I'm going to do like 3 more and then I have to hop off. Will we be put with CT in couples golf tonight? Will we be put with CT? I feel like yes, unless somebody makes a choice to go and ask otherwise. Will I get the full-time position at my part-time job? Will it support me financially the way I need it to? I feel like you may end up staying there longer than will I get the full-time at the part-time? So maybe it's that you get more hours, but not enough to be full-time. Because at first my brain was reading that as seasonal. You get some kind of, you stay longer or you get more, but it's not the extent that you want. It feels like there's a need to look for something that's going to be more suited for what you're looking for financially. Trying to see if there's anybody I didn't get. Message from Grammy and Grampy. Ship anchor feels very significant. If I could go back, I would spend more time appreciating the little things. And 5 is change, 5 of swords. I feel like there's a message to focus on the solution instead of reliving the problem. There's something keeping a limited perspective on what's possible as it comes to a solution. It's like flip this because that will help you avoid this further. The brain and the light bulb shaking hands. Message and a token. It's a frog with a crown, but I also saw the key. I just don't know where it went, but I also saw the key one. You're about to, it's like you went through something very difficult And it was to give your brain certain data that your brain wanted to use to create something or build something or know something. You're about to get the data that you signed up for when you went through whatever hard time that was. What are my gifts? I've been working on things and I'm not sure which direction to go. That blindfolded maze is crazy at times. Yes. What you resist is the key that frees you. I feel like for you, it may be sitting and just not having any expectations and just not allowing your mind to like drift, but not being strict on it not drifting. Like I feel like there's this allowing your consciousness to just kind of be. I feel like that's how your gifts increase, when you get comfortable sitting without feeling like you're seeking it, but it's coming to you. I feel like that shows you being ready to be in receive mode because you're used to give and do and all the export. So this is like allowing for the import, if that makes sense. Let me see what song comes through. Dancing in the Dawn by Jake Scott. Go look up those lyrics, Christine. That's funny. Will there be unaliving attempts on other political figures in the next year? Will outdoor events be eliminated due to security concerns? There's at least one I feel like there may be more than one, but there's at least one very, very significant one. And it feels like yes on some kind of restrictions, especially after that one. Like this was like the appetizer, that one's the entree. But I almost wonder if it's an attempt and not an actual success in it. Anyway, heavy restrictions, I feel, though. This is like playing offense for protection. We can't let it go further than this. We can't let it go further than this, is the quote. That's what I'm getting. Allegedly, my opinion. Advice on my present work situation. Kind of want to word it as not giving any additional ammo helps the problem kind of the fire die down in some way. There is a solution coming, but it's almost like you're in between a rock and a hard place and you need to wait to flow forward for the solution to come. Hold on, I want to read you guys the custody thing. Listen to this. Okay. Okay, so there's that book that came out, that the shooting of Charlie Kirk, that came out. It says it was posted to Amazon on the 9th, which was the day before. Okay, look. Posted on the 9th. This book. If you look up the name, where are we? Hold on. Anastasia means resurrection or rebirth. Casey, which Anastasia Casey is the name of the author of that book, that means vigilant, watchful, or brave in battle. The name Charlie means free man. The name Kirk means church. Now, Orem, which is the town that this happened, means edge, bank, shore, or the Hebrew term means light. So Anastasia, resurrection or rebirth. Casey, vigilant, brave, protector. Charlie, freeman, independence, openness. Kirk, church, sanctuary. Orem, light, guidance, or dwelling at the edge. So together, emerging into a new life form with courage, freedom, and light, speaks of a soul who has been reborn, Anastasia, Stays watchful and strong in trial, Casey. Claims inner freedom, Charlie. Finds sanctuary in spirit, Kirk. And becomes a bearer of light in the threshold, Orem. So this is like spiritually. Am I saying good or bad or what side these people play for? No, I'm saying spiritual language is simply spirit finding a way to give clues based on events that people are paying attention to. So, hold on. Getting to a point here. So the person that's in custody is Tyler Robinson. Tyler means builder, protector, or craftsman. And Robinson, bright fame is Robin. So Robinson is descendant of shining, lineage of light. And then the name Utah means people of the mountains or the higher up people. So spirit is literally showing that what's happening in the 3D is a manifestation of the spiritual battle. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. I'm going to do 2 more and then I have to go. Token from Jeremy to help me see what signs he's showing. Oh, ear, so listen, maybe music, and pi, so numbers, like repeating numbers, number patterns, and that's 112, so maybe that's one of the numbers and music. How long will it take for the house on Wood Willow to be completed? I feel like not as long as your worst case scenario, but it feels like it's going to cut it kind of close to that. I would say within 2 months of your latest expected date. All right, everyone, I have to get off. I have an appointment I have to go to. Yeah, I don't even have time for announcements. That's all. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Talk to you soon.